you don't need 100% of a grape. I'd rather have a quarter of a watermelon that has this much juice in the squeeze than 100% of a grape that has only this much juice in the squeeze. 100% sounds like a lot. 25% of this is a lot better and gives you more lifestyle too, because it allows me to go out and do whatever I want whenever I want to, with knowing that the rest of the partners are taking care of everything, and all of it doesn't have to fall on my shoulders. Here's the thing to understand when you're in commercial real estate. In residential real estate, there's all this like red tape and rules and regulations in order to protect the property owner who's not sophisticated, right? So the little old lady who inherited her property after her husband passed away, who never dealt with any of the family finances, there needs to be certain safety nets in place for her, so that way a big bad realtor or a big bad real estate investor doesn't take advantage of her, right? So when a real estate agent gets the listing, they have to put it on the MLS within 72 hours and all these other things. In commercial real estate, it's assumed that if you're buying commercial real estate, you're buying for investment purposes and you are a sophisticated investor. So you're a big boy, you're a big girl, like whoever that person is, like there's not all the red tape in place to protect them. You're supposed to know what you're doing. So thinking about that from an acquisition standpoint, a commercial real estate agent who gets a listing doesn't have to put it on the MLS or on LoopNet within 72 hours. They can leave it in their back pocket and shop it around. How many big investors are there in Cleveland, Ohio?
Right.
10 of us, maybe. So they already know who the top 10 buyers in town are. They pick up the phone because they want to earn both sides of the commission, right? Path of least resistance, make them the most money. They'll pick up the phone and call it and shop it around. And then what happens is all 10 of those buyers, if anybody says yes, they sell it to them. It never even hits the market. Or if all 10 of them say no, then it does hit the market, and they're trying to get some putz who doesn't know anything about commercial real estate to come in and buy something that the top 10 buyers in town all said no to, right? So there's two paths here. One, you got to get to, or a couple paths, three paths actually. One, get to it before the brokers do. Two, become one of the top buyers in town. Or three, wait for it to hit the market, let it just kind of calm down over the next 6 months, and then go in at a lower price point and kind of take out their knees with the offer, right? So I don't mean it in that kind of disregard way, but the reality is they're asking a price that doesn't make sense, and they're not being reasonable in that. So you got to go in at a number that does make sense, and it usually takes 6 months of non-activity in order for a seller to realize, oh, I must be over asking for this property, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So then you can go in at 60 cents on the dollar of what they're asking and start negotiating a little bit more. I remember getting involved in real estate early on. It's like I thought I had to be Superman, right? A lot of people I need to be Superman or Wonder Woman, or like do everything from finding deals to managing the property to collecting rents and overseeing contractors and selling it and all this stuff. You don't have to do all that in commercial real estate because there's so big of deals with so much equity. You can partner up with quality partners, A players, and focus on what your unique ability is, right? Focus on what you're really, really good at and stay in your lane. You're going to be happier, you're going to make more money, and get involved in more deals.
Well, I think that really says it all when you talk about the name of your podcast, the Legacy Wealth Show. And it truly is legacy wealth. I mean, doing the smaller deals and making $10,000 here, $15,000 here is not going to put you on the map like it will having 3,000 units at a time. And I think that's great.
And here's the reality, dude. If you found one apartment building that was 100 units, you could change your financial forecast, your financial future forever, your families, right? There are so many apartment buildings out there. There's I think it's 860,000 multifamily properties, 5 units and bigger in the United States, right? 90,000 of those are over 50 units, right? You only need one of those in order to significantly change your financial future and your family's financial future forever. So whether you go buy one building or one building a year for the next 5 years or 10 years, or you buy one building a quarter, like what you want to do is you want to buy something, you want to buy an asset. The way wealth is built is by buying assets and getting other people to pay for them, providing value where somebody else is willing to pay for that asset, meaning you provide housing, clean, safe, functional housing. Somebody else pays you rent for that, which covers your operating expenses, which covers your loan, right? They're paying for you to buy this thing and puts cash flow in your pocket. You sit on that long enough, the principal pay down comes down on the loan amount. The property appreciates over time, and that is how wealth is. And you made cash the entire time too, right? A cash flow. So that is how real wealth is built, by following that strategy. And once you master that once on one property, you can do it again and again and again. It's the same thing over and over again.